and she should be shut down immediately.
Yeah, I'm like, oh God, oh my God. Y'all run the game, y'all just commentate from the side. I'm like, oh God, oh my God.
Yo guys, what's up? So today I'm making a video about the best films of 2018. This year is some of the best films I've ever seen in my life, and I'm just going to talk about a few of them. As you all know, the world's coming to an end.
As you all know, the year's coming to an end, so I thought this would be the best time to talk about all of the best films of this year.
Before we begin, I want to give a shout out to my cousin's Instagram called Annie LeBlanc 101. She's one of the nicest people I know, and she's always trying to help me out with my videos, so thank you so much for that. The photos are pretty much professionally edited, so please follow her and tell her I sent you. In my last best of video, I said it's not a top 10 list, but I don't think you guys understood that. Because if you count all the games that I mentioned, there were actually 10 of them, so I'm going to explain that now.
Please elaborate.
Till I get to the top 5 part, all of the films are in random order. They're pretty much there for you to decide which ones you like, which ones you don't like, and how you would arrange them. I'm not going to mention any animated films, so Wreck-It Ralph 2 and Incredibles 2 are not going to be on this list. To be fair, both of those films were really good, it's just this list is only live action movies. Now that we've got that covered, I think we can move on. The first film I'm going to talk about is Deadpool 2. I was not expecting this film to be good for multiple reasons. Either that or it's going to be worse than the first one, but I think this film was a serious exception. It brought out a few characters that I never thought would be explored on film, but this film seriously delivered and I really enjoyed it. My favourite part was the ending where he kills the X-Men Origins Deadpool and then kills Ryan Reynolds before he's about to take the Green Lantern script. That part was just too funny. The second film I'm going to talk about is First Man. This film was an amazing biopic that showed how Neil Armstrong made it to the moon. I really enjoyed this film and I also learned some new things about Neil Armstrong that I didn't know before. My only main issue with the film is the release date. I feel like it should have been made a long time ago, considering that Neil Armstrong went to the moon in 1969, but other than that, I think it was a great film and it really deserved its spot. The next film I'm going to talk about is Mission Impossible Fallout. This film was different to the other Mission Impossibles. It showed how Ethan Hunt was getting older and he was becoming a little bit more nimble, but at the same time the action and the stunts were still exhilarating. My favourite scene from the film would probably be the helicopter scene. Apparently Tom Cruise actually learned how to fly a helicopter, so that's actually impressive. Overall, this film was amazing and I think it really deserves to be in this list. The next film I'm going to talk about is Halloween. This Halloween is a continuation from the 1978 original. Michael Myers has returned and he's ready to kill Laurie Strode, but Laurie Strode is not the same Laurie Strode she was in the first film. She's a lot more prepared and she's also really ambitious to kill him. Now we've seen Laurie Strode try to be powerful in other films, but it really didn't work. Laurie Strode was actually quite an interesting character in this film and I hope she continues to stay this way, and this film has actually got me excited for new Halloween films. The next film I'm going to talk about is Venom. Venom was a very underrated film in my opinion. The film was actually really enjoyable. The storyline was decent and actually stuck to the source material this time. I can understand that there must have been pacing issues with the film, even I could see that, but I don't know why the critics rated it so low. It deserved a high rating and in my opinion deserves to be on this list. The next film on my list is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I went into this film expecting a lot more dinosaur fights, but oh well. It was where it was. The dinosaurs were pretty cool and it was still a decent film. The next film I'm going to talk about is Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider was a decent film and it brought a new take to Lara Croft. I'm not a massive Lara Croft fan. I know I mentioned her in the last video, but I'm really not a massive Lara Croft fan. But yeah, these new iterations are really good and I do really enjoy them. But she's an Indiana Jones ripoff and she should be shut down immediately. The next film on my list is Ant-Man and the Wasp. Now I know what you're all thinking, especially people who haven't seen it yet. How could I put this film on the list? Initially I was thinking the same thing, that it wasn't that good, but it was actually a decent film. My favourite character is the FBI or police officer. This guy just cracked me up throughout the entire film. The next film I'm going to talk about is Creed 2. This was a new take on the Rocky franchise and the music and scenery really present that well. I wouldn't go ahead to say this is a masterpiece, but it's very well done. The film really makes you feel sorry for Victor Drago as well, which I wasn't expecting since, well, now we're going into the top 5 list. The next film I'm going to talk about is A Quiet Place. A Quiet Place was definitely one of the greatest films of this year. The storyline was very well done and the film almost mirrors exactly what would happen in real life if we were stuck in the same situation. I'm not going to give away too much about this film, but all I would say is you have to go watch it. The next film I mentioned is also a horror film. It's called Hereditary. Hereditary was one of those genuinely scary films, like something I expect to happen in real life. It's one of those films that doesn't have any jump scares, but it's still scary nonetheless. The storyline just creeps you out the entire way. This is a film that really deserves to be on this list and it overtakes A Quiet Place by quite a bit. The third best film of this year has got to go to Black Panther. Black Panther's storyline was very well done and I really enjoyed the film as well. It's not something you'd expect from Marvel since their films are quite funny and child friendly. This film was also child friendly, but it was a different sort. Like most children would not understand the narrative of the film. The CGI was a little bit cringy, but I guess it works out. Focus Focusing strictly on the story, it was amazing and I really enjoyed the film. My favourite scenes have definitely got to be from the Korea fight. I love the casino brawl, and again, it's not something you'd expect from a child-friendly Marvel film. Number 2 on my list goes to Ready Player One. Ready Player One is filled with Easter eggs, and it probably took them ages to do all of the CGI. It's a must watch and you guys must see it. And also read the book, because some people might even argue that the book is better than the film. And by the way, I'm not doing the best books of 2018, but the best film of this year has to be Avengers Infinity War. The CGI was so well done that they're literally getting an award for Thanos. Literally in the first 5 minutes of the film, Loki dies and Heimdall dies. More than half their heroes. Only really leaving the original Avengers. Let's be honest, what's he gonna do?
I don't talk to raccoons, I eat them.
This is not something you'd expect from Marvel ever. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please do leave a big fat thumbs up. Let me know what you guys thought about the list, and also tell me what you guys thought about the title. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Did you know what it was gonna be? Or were you like a million miles away? Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please smash that like button, and I'll see you all later. Peace!